In the whispering winds and the rustling leaves, the echoes of history linger. They permeate the air with the haunting remnants of bygone eras. They hold on to the stories of epochs, of the turbulence and triumphs that have shaped our world and left their indelible mark on the canvas of time. They whisper secrets, tales of battles fought in the name of freedom, and the sacrifices made during those tumultuous times. They tell a story, a timeless, eternal saga of humanity's resilience, its courage, its relentless pursuit of peace, justice. Their whispers speak of a time long past, a time so distant it almost seems unreal. They drag us back to a world in turmoil, a world at war where nations clashed and humanity stood on the brink of destruction. Amidst this chaos, they point us to a specific relic, a bunker forgotten by time and reclaimed by nature. This bunker, hidden beneath the dense foliage and the layers of history, was once a tangible symbol of the terror, survival, and eventual triumph that was World War II. Yet this is not just any ordinary artifact of the Second World War. It is not just another testament to the courage of soldiers or the cruelty of war. It is not just another monument, another place where memories of the past are held captive. This bunker, unique, it is an entity in itself, exuding a kind of unnerving, haunting aura that sets it apart from anything else of its kind. A shroud of darkness envelops this place, an ominous black veil that gives the bunker an eerie, otherworldly quality. It is here, in this gloomy, forbidding atmosphere, that the line between the living and is not just blurred, but often completely obliterated. It is within the confines of this bunker, amidst the echoes of the past, that tales of the supernatural have taken root. Stories of ghostly apparitions, of inexplicable sounds, of strange occurrences that defy logic and reason have seeped into the walls of the bunker, imbuing it with a chilling mystery. These tales, unsettling as they may be, are a part of the bunker's identity. They add another layer to its history, another facet to its personality. They transform the bunker from a mere structure of bricks and concrete to a living, breathing entity with its own set of stories to tell and secrets to reveal. They turn it into an enigma that invites, fascinates, and terrifies all at once. And so, in the whispering winds and the rustling leaves, the echoes of history linger. They speak of a world at war, of a bunker reclaimed by nature, and of chilling tales of the supernatural that have taken root in this extraordinary relic of the Second World War. The bunker, a grim testament to human conflict, was born in the throes of the Second World War. This monolith, created in the flame of warfare, a symbol of the human will to survive, was a stoic response to an unrelenting global catastrophe. It was not just a structure, but a living entity, carved out of the dust of destruction and molded by the hands of those desperate to create a safe haven amidst the chaos. It stood defiantly, a fortress of steel and concrete, an architect's answer to the madness of mankind, a sanctuary for those donned in the uniform of duty in an era where peace had become a distant memory. This bunker was not just a shelter, but a refuge against the storm of bullets that rained from above. It was a shield that bore the brunt of the relentless enemy fire, a cocoon where soldiers could escape the theatre of death. It was a womb of safety in a birthing world of peril, a silent guardian watching over the lives of countless brave men, who were now just numbers in the grand scheme of war. Yet, as the war on, the bunker underwent a metamorphosis. It transformed from a beacon of hope to a crucible of fear. It was no longer a refuge but a prison. The walls that once offered protection now encompassed an arena of despair and desolation. The air thickened with the stench of dread, the atmosphere punctuated by the wails of the dying. The echoes of their pleas for mercy, the desperate prayers to deities they hoped were listening. The whispers of last words, love declared, regrets confessed, lives summarized in hushed tones. It was a symphony of the end times. As the war continued to devour lives, the bunker became a silent witness to the horrors of war. It bore silent testimony to the savagery of man, a repository of the darkest chapters of our history. It stood unmoving, unflinching, a silent observer to the tragic dance of death unfolding within its walls. The cries of the dying, the last gasps of those whose time had run out, the haunting lullabies of the lost, they all seeped into the walls. They were absorbed by the concrete and steel, etched into its very structure, becoming a part of the essence of the bunker. These echoes of despair, of final thoughts, of the end of journeys, they all seeped into the walls, into the very soul of this place. As the war ended, the bunker was abandoned, left to crumble under the weight of its own history. But as they say, walls have ears. And these walls, built so sturdily to protect, began to echo the whispers of a bygone era. Abandoned and forsaken, it stood there, its concrete facade chipped and weathered, silently watching the world move on. However, the bunker was far from silent. Over the course of many years, the whispers grew louder, the echoes more distinct. The harsh wind whistling through the long abandoned corridors seemed to carry with it strange murmurs, unsettling sounds that couldn't be explained away as just the howling of the wind or the groaning of old rusty pipes. As night descended, the bunker came alive with invisible presences, its silence broken by spectral sighs and whispers that grew more distinct with each passing moon. Tales began to emerge, tales that were whispered in hushed tones, stories that sent a cold shiver down the spine of those who dared to listen. The first story that came into existence speaks of a soldier, his ethereal figure etched in an eternal march, his face a mask of terror forever locked in his final desperate battle. The poor soul, forever frozen in time, forever roaming the endless corridors of a place that was once his sanctuary. Venturing deeper into the cold, damp darkness of the bunker, a second more bone-chilling tale unfurls. Witnesses, those brave enough to venture into the heart of the bunker, speak of a spectral nurse, her ghostly hands pale and translucent, forever treating phantom wounds on spectral patients only she could see. Her mournful sobs echoing through the silent corridors, resonating in the endless night, a haunting lullaby for the resting souls. Her spirit, they say, is bound to the bunker, a spectral sentinel tied by invisible chains to a place that once was filled with life and fear and courage. Compelled by a sense of duty that transcended the realm of the duty, she chose to perform even in death. Fated to exist in an eternal cycle of serving and saving, her story too, forever etched in the stones of the silent, crumbling bunker. Her spirit, they say, is bound to the bunker, compelled to perform her duty even in death. And then, the climax, the most terrifying tale of all. The bunker, it seems, is not just a home to spirits of the past, but also an inexplicable force, an entity that feeds on fear and thrives in the A-force that absorbs the terror of the living and uses it as its fuel. This entity, an unseen presence, wraps itself around the bunker like a coiled serpent, waiting patiently for its next victim. Its chilling presence is palpable, a cold dread that seeps into your bones, a consuming despair that devours your courage and leaves you shivering in the dark. This entity does not only feed on fear, but it feeds on existence too. It touches everything within the bunker, absorbing the remnants of life left behind. It seems to breathe along with the air, lurking in the shadows, always watching, always waiting. The terror it ignites is not of the physical kind, but of the psychological. You feel watched, you feel hunted, yet there is no visible prey. The fear that this entity induces has a peculiar quality. It's not a sudden jolt of terror, rather it's an ever-increasing sense of dread. It's like the ominous, chilling feeling that something terrible is about to happen. A feeling that intensifies with each passing second until it becomes unbearable. Every corner you turn, every door you open, you wonder if it's waiting there, ready to consume you. Your senses become heightened, every small sends a chill down your spine, every shadow appears to be moving. Your eyes play tricks on you, making you see things that aren't there. The silence becomes deafening, the darkness overwhelming. Even the air seems heavy, as if you're walking through a dense fog. And as the tale concludes, a haunting image lingers. The bunker, once a symbol of human resilience, now a monument to the supernatural. Its dark corridors echo with ghostly whispers, spectral footsteps, and disembodied voices. The long-gone inhabitants seemingly trapped within its cold, unyielding walls. Echoes of the past reverberate, a chilling reminder of the haunted history of the bunker, forever sealed within its confines. This entity, this fear, this sinister presence, it's not just a part of the bunker, it is the bunker. The bunker is a living, breathing entity, a monument to its walls tell tales of terror, its air echoes with ghostly whispers. Its darkness holds a mystery that can never be fully unraveled. The question remains, are you brave enough to listen?